Do you have your stimulus check yet? Me, I do not. I don't know what your situation is. Joe, give me my goddamn $1,400. I'm waiting for it. What are the best and worst ways to spend your stimulus check?
I'm ready.
I feel like I got to knock out some of the big worst ones right out of the way. Let's get this out of the way.
I might disagree with you.
Let's get this. You won't.
Okay.
Let's get this out of the way. Number one thing: don't buy an expensive dab rig or weed shit or a bunch of weed. That is not the move. Okay, with the 14 hundo.
I'm gonna let you talk your shit.
Not the move. I'm just saying. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Buy some weed. Get a little bit with it, but don't use this as the opportunity to get some insane technological dab rig that you might have seen Be Real from Cypress Hill promote on his Instagram page. This is not for that.
You're talking to yourself.
I don't think I am, because I don't think I would buy a custom Be Real dab rig.
Your
on
mind
Instagram.
went there.
No, but
Whose mind did it go to?
Well, we were thinking of ideas of this beforehand. I'm just saying that. Flip side, alcohol. We had talked on our live stream, which, by the way, sub to the channel, watch our live streams. We were saying alcohol, similarly, not a good way to spend 14 hundo. I mean, it looks pretty dark to see like 50 bottles of Jack.
How much of
equate to 1,400?
Well, let me ask you, man. How much of it is okay? How much of that 1,400 is okay?
To spend on pure vices?
To spend on alcohol in general. Let's see. All right.
You know what? Let's do round numbers. I don't know. Who am I? Nobody. But like, let's say take the 4 hundo and put it into drugs and alcohol that'll kill you, because guess what? You're a cool person. You want to live a life. Take that 4 hundo, but take the 1,000.
Still a lot.
Take the 1,000 and do something. You know, we're talking best worst. What's the worst ways to spend this stimulus money?
The worst way to spend, and I've thought about this. I gave a lot of thought to this today. The stimulus money is a part of a relief package, but it is nevertheless, it is a stimulus check for stimulating.
Nobody cares about that.
I'm just making my case. I'm saying,
all right.
So the point, what I think the best thing you can possibly do with the money, and I have my worst. The best thing I think you can, I'm going to start with the worst. The worst thing you can do is pay off credit card debt, because that ain't stimulating the economy. So that's a poor use of your stimulus check. If you have credit card debt, to spend it to I
don't understand how you can make an argument that paying down debt is ever a bad idea.
Because you need to do your
no person who's getting this $1,400 check is like, oh, how can I? We're not all Rosie the Riveter out here. Like, how can I support the American economy? People are like, how many Xbox Ones can I get?
All you ever do is call me fat on the fucking thing, guys.
Yeah, but those are not good people. I'm telling what the good people to do with their stimulus money is. Most people aren't Rosie the Riveter, but I'm saying they should be.
It's not even Xbox One. It's an Xbox Series X. That's the new one. But the point is the same, okay? No one gives a shit about actually stimulating the economy. I mean, I'd venture to say 7% of the United States population is taking their stimulus and putting it into Litecoin. So, you know, like where...
What I'm saying is
You're not giving me a clear answer, though. What's a bad thing?
Let me finish. What I'm saying is that's another bad thing. Investments and paying off debt is a bad thing, because the original idea behind stimulus checks, go out and ball out, stimulate the economy.
So you're saying people should ball out with it? I'm saying full ball out.
Guy, I'm saying go out.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting to. Don't put it in investments. That's foolish. That's not what we need right now. We need you to go get drunk at a locally owned bar, and then go to a knick-knack.
You need to go spend $500 on the Deal or No Deal game at a Dave & Buster's.
No.
What?
You're totally wrong.
What are your rules? I thought we were stimulating the economy. How am I have to take my stimulus money and then go turn it into tickets, which is basically its own cryptocurrency.
You fucked up when
let's
you
not even talk about the world of tickets. That's its own NFT, dude.
You fucked up when you went to Dave & Buster's. And
I think you're getting your wires crossed, dude. I think that, like, okay, like, for example, $1,400, do you go buy some kind of weird hairless cat that's very expensive, and then you get a cool cat that you like to live with. Is that a good use of your stimmy?
Potentially.
You have this weird Egyptian cat that's living in your house and stealing your soul and may or may not be the reincarnated soul of King Tut.
Sure. You know what? Yeah.
Fair?
Sure.
Fair? I thought I was being responsible saying don't blow your stimmy on weed or dab rigs. You know?
No, I'm saying... here's what I'm saying. Let me talk my shit. You go out, you go spend all that money at locally owned business, stimulate your local economy. Don't go to Dave & Buster's.
For sure.
Okay?
For sure.
You go out, so you go to your local bar, you get super drunk, you make a lot of bad purchases along with your bad purchases of just buying $10, Lefroy 12. And then the following day, you go out to all those dumbass knick-knacky shops in your hometown, and you ball out and buy all those antiques that you know you don't need.
Dude, I'm going to the Long Beach flea market tomorrow morning.
There you go. Spend up.
I haven't even got the stimulus, though. Where is it, Joe? Is that what you're thinking about when you fell up the steps? You're like, fuck, we didn't give Zach his money to, go buy a photo scanner. Was that it? What's another creatively bad way? Here's the thing. I think to agree with your point, don't take 1,400 and put it into Dogecoin. I wouldn't advise that.
No, that's.
I mean, we're not in the business of giving financial advice, but I think that even transcends financial advice. I think that's more life advice. At that point, I don't think the move is. Everyone's talking about crypto. I mean, dude. My whole TikTok feed now is Gary Vee just being like, if you don't have NFTs, you are fucked. Like, you're fucked.
You live in a world you live in Zach world.
I live in psychosis.
You live in Zach world.
Yeah, that's fair. I accept that. I accept that.
I would imagine the people that were watching this video, none of them know what an NFT stands for.
Coinbase is more or less apparently targeting me in ads right now. They're just like, give us your money. Put it into Ethereum.
Right.
I'm like, yeah. What's another tremendously bad way to spend your stimulus? That
I gave mine. Investments and paying off debt are my bad ones, and I gave my good ones.
Listen.
Spend money at a local bar and buy a bunch of knickknacks. Buy a wind chime. Buy a succulent.
Buy a wooden recorder, like a handmade flute of some kind.
There you go. Now we're on the same page.
Buy some guy from the socially distant Renaissance fair that you get to go to.
Buy something.
I hope that's not a thing this year, socially distant Renaissance fairs.
You ain't got to go.
I know I don't got to go, but I don't think
other people doing.
I don't think it's good for the brand of planet Earth to be having social. Let's do the Renaissance fair right when it's time. Do
the Renaissance fair when you want, man.
I'm supposed to lower my mask to lower my ass and to eat a turkey leg. Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to take an N95 and lower it so I can shove a deep fried turkey's thigh into my mouth hole.
I love the idea of who brought you to this Renaissance fair?
I just showed up. I saw a Facebook ad, and I live on Facebook, and Facebook tells me what I have to go to. So I saw a Facebook group invite for it, or a Facebook event. I'm going to the Los Angeles County Renaissance Fair
with your mask on to pull it down to eat a turkey leg.
If you go to the Los Angeles County Renaissance Fair and you dump $1,400 into getting chain mail, kind of like armor and or a custom sword, that's good. That's a pro. That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, stimulate the economy.
Yeah.
You just pay that guy's rent.
For sure. I think that's a great idea.
You.
I think the wind flute, I think you should.
So if I go tomorrow to the Long Beach flea market and I find a katana, which I'm looking for, you're saying go for it?
I'm saying
hoping that Daddy Joe's stimmy hits my bank account, we need Joe and PNC Bank to shake hands real quick and get this in my pocket so I can buy a katana at the Long Beach flea market.
I'm saying you should buy something that when you look at it later, you say, why did I buy that?
You're right. A lot of homies figurines on eBay, $400. that literally when I get it delivered to my house, I open the packaging and it's a Nike SB empty shoebox filled with homies. Yeah, that's the move.
I mean, if that's what I'm saying. And I know you were already looking that because you had it on your browser history.
I mean, that money's got to be good for something, right?
I mean,
what am I going to do? Go spend it? What am I going to do? Go buy a fucking, get 23andMe, background check? What am I going to do? Is that how am I going to spend the money? No.
I think I only accept you buying homies figurines if you play with them. Don't collect. I want to see you play with them.
Oh, dude, come on. I got to leave them pristine. I mean, they're out. They never came in a box.
It's not an investment. They're toys. You got to play with that shit.
Well, at that point, why don't I just buy a Super Nintendo and play Donkey Kong Country? Why don't I put my money into that?
Yeah. Go for it.
So crazy. This window into your mind.
I love it.
Here I am
this
being
is the third time today you've asked for my permission.
Here I am being like, hey, take your pay down your credit card debt, financial independence. And you're like, no, buy a shoebox full of pogs and use it, and then go take it down to an illegal dice game that you can find in your local neighborhood.
Yeah.
And fuck around that way. Fuck around and find out,
Hey, man, I'm just saying it's a stimulus package. Don't go pay previous debts or make investments. That's the wrong move.
I'm going to take my stimmy check to Walmart and let them get a 2.5% fee for cashing it that I will instantly take to their electronics department and buy a Nintendo Switch.
That's the...
Does that count?
You have no... did you...